which is one of our prisons, for the people who are coming back to San Diego. So it takes them right to the hub where they can be linked with services and what they need and report in to either parole or probation. Now, LA is 60% of the prison system, so it's a pretty big task for us to do that. But, you know, it's a great idea. Maybe we should do that with people with mental illness, because they're the people who usually don't make it to the hub, because they're, you know, our most challenged folks. So I had a little saying, it's called please sweat the small stuff. You know, we make these very big macro plans, but when it gets down to the linkage and the fine things of how we connect people with what they need, we don't always do that as well as we could. One other subject, I know it's late, we've talked a lot about the chronically homeless. So I'm the father of someone with a serious mental illness who is doing great. He's strong in his recovery. He's had his entanglements with the criminal justice system. He's passed those days. We have a lot of people who are right on the cusp of becoming homeless. So we got to make sure that the people who have found housing don't lose it. And if you think, and this is just a father's anecdote, okay? He has lived with other mental health consumers, sharing apartments in the community. He's, frankly, his recovery is so strong, he doesn't belong in a board and care. He doesn't belong in a facility. He doesn't belong in a hospital. He belongs in the community, living independently. He lives off his SSI check, all right? His mental health challenges make it very hard for him to work, but at the same time, he's trying to make it. So you know what apartments cost. You know, it's hard to find a one bedroom for less than $900. Yeah. Hard to find a two bedroom for less than $1,200. And so he's tried, you know, they tried living alone, living with two guys, living with three guys. But it seems to me, just as a layperson, you take 3 SSI checks, you put them together, you have enough money for 3 men to make it. Yeah. You know, if you had 3 bedrooms or 2 guys double up in one room, and they share food, and they pay the rent, and they share the bills, they can live with dignity. So we need to think about what people with mental illness really need. I mean, if it takes 3 SSI checks, because all the providers here, you're all dealing with regulations, and the feds have these rules, and LA County has those rules, and you're trying to comply with all that so you can get the dollars you need from the system and from the government to make it work. But we have a lot of mental health consumers who are just out there in the community, and they're just trying to struggle just the way all people are who are poor, trying to find housing for themselves, whether they have mental illness or not. So if we're going to build some supportive housing, maybe we need, if it takes 3 checks, then maybe we need to build clusters of apartments where there's 3 bedrooms, and they share a common living room, share a common kitchen, 3 bedrooms, and then they can survive in the community without the federal assistance. You know, because you're never going to get enough money from the government, whether it's the Board of Supervisors or the county or the feds, to do it. So we need to think smart and build clusters of housing where enough people can pool their resources and their SSI checks together so they're not homeless. So we thank you very much. If you know anybody who has a serious mental illness and needs help and needs challenges, send their families to NAMI, send the consumers to NAMI. We will do everything we can to help the families. Thank you very much.
All right, you guys, before I get into public comment, is there anybody that I missed? Is Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles in the room? All right, so we are going to get into public comment and then conclude our very successful summit. Donna, come on down. Donna Pearman.
Thank you. I'm Donna Pearman. First of all, I can say that this is not just
speak loud. Can you
this is not just a Republican problem. This is a problem that has been done by the Democrats or the Republicans. I work for Social Security, and I could say that there's a lot more homeless going on. I get about 12 to 40 pieces of mail coming back to me. All these people, we want to try to get on our program, try to get SSI and disability, and they can't get on it because we can't find them. And the biggest problem, as I see, is also the veterans. We have to worry about the homeless veterans. 11301 Wilshire Boulevard. As soon as I see that, I know they're not going to be able to get their mail. It keeps on coming back, no longer at the VA. So I'd love to be able to get something so that people can have an address where they can get their mail, so they can know when their hearing is, so they can get a chance, at least, I mean, it won't be automatic they're gonna get on, but at least they can get a chance to be able to get on, so they can see if they could possibly get SSI or disability. So I see this as a homeless problem, it's a big problem. So I see it, I'm really tired of seeing all this return mail coming back to me. It's driving me crazy because I see them as people. All these people that are not going to get help. All the veterans are not going to get help. And that's it for right now.
Thank you very much, Donna. No, not yet. Chuck Loring. Chuck, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody for putting this event on. My name is Chuck Loring. I'm with the North Hollywood Northeast Neighborhood Council. I sit on the Land Use Committee. I sit on the Los Angeles Housing Department's Mobile Home Task Force. I'm an associate manager for the Golden State Mobile Homeowners League, a nonprofit organization to try to help protect the residents of mobile homes. The situation we have in the state of California right now is our taxes help to create the mobile home residency law. For the homeowner, there is no protection. This is paramount to somebody coming to your front lawn pitching a tent, and you can't do anything about it till you go to court. The police cannot help you. Imagine you're in that position, you own your home, and you are being ruled by a management company that believes they have the right to tell you what you can and cannot do without reservation. This is an issue, in my experience with Gizmo, the Golden State Mobile Homeowners League, in the last 5 years, with 5,394 registered mobile home communities with the state of California. The community I live in doesn't even appear on it. I live in a place where Zemus tells me that I'm Sun Valley. My zip code tells me that I'm North Hollywood. So I have to deal with Nuys Martinez and Paul Krikorian, but neither one of those offices really want to take the charge on that issue. Philip Fuentes was doing it for a few minutes and then said, it's a civil case, we can't help you. Why do our taxes pay for these laws and our representatives abandon us? If we do not do something, there is the potential for 150 million people to be homeless when property owners and management companies can behave this way. I would ask that if you have a mobile home community in your district, just communicate with them. Find out what's going on. You'll see that we need the support of law. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Chuck. All right, up next, Mary Ramirez. Mary, you are recognized.
Thank you. Got the speaker here. Well, I'm going to be very brief. I'm with LA CAN. Stands for Los Angeles Community Action Agency. We're supporting the homeless bill of rights, who's been changed to the right to rest. The right to rest means feeding homeless people, which the bond was going to outlaw. It was going to close down a clinic for UCLA. We stopped it. There's also, in court, we have the right to occupy your vehicle. People that are housed, that work in offices, can go in their motor vehicle, nap, they can eat sandwiches. The judges didn't like that. Now you can occupy your vehicle. We do not want homelessness to permanently continue. I am a homeless person. I live in a motor home, not in a park. So technically, I was illegal at that time. I have a cognitive disability. I was told by PATH I cannot get housing. I am one of those that fall right through the cracks. I am working with LSFD right now. I have seen people turned down for housing because they have physical disabilities and told they have a mental disability. They fall through the cap. There was a man over at the Civic Center that's on probation. He went on the bus to the shelter. He was turned down by another shelter because he didn't have a quote-unquote problem. He has a problem, it's obesity. So he's been banned from the Civic Center. And he goes on the bus up to the shelter. So you're not going to be able to house everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mary. Up next is Councilwoman Stacy Rains. Stacy, you have the floor.
Okay, I wanted to speak on behalf of what Mary touched upon. So LA CAN is the organization that she's with. I've been with them for a little over a year now, and LA CAN is leading the Homeless Bill of Rights Coalition. So it's exactly what it sounds like, a homeless bill of rights, a bill of rights for homeless people, because if you may or may not know, law enforcement tends to criminalize homelessness, and they've done so, giving tickets or just even harassing homeless people for sitting on sidewalks, sleeping on sidewalks. Like she mentioned, occupying your vehicle was illegal up until recently. So we have a petition here. If you guys, I would encourage you guys just to sign it, because it's working on the Bill of Rights, it's working on language for that as well, because, for example, if you believe that people have the right to move freely, rest, sleep, and pray in public spaces, that kind of thing, it's all written out right here. It's really short, and you can just sign it, and that would really help us out. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Up next, we have Eugene Hernandez. Eugene Hernandez. Going once. Going twice.
Strikeout.
And last but certainly not least, to end our homeless summit, we are going to hear from Miriam Fogler.
Thank you.
We'll have to,
Yes, by law.
yes. It wouldn't be a night.
It would not be a council meeting
What I
without
want to do is
Miriam.
concentrate on helping our people here. It's about time, because, you know, if you haven't heard the news lately, and I don't have anything against Obama, but helping people from the outside is not our answer. It's helping our people here at home, because then if we help our own, our nation will become strong again. And we will have a strong nation to be working, and people will be self-sufficient. And it's about time that we turn away from Obama's policies of isolationism by what he's doing, is isolating us, by turning everybody as against us. What we need to be doing is standing up and saying, we have an issue here, we need to be helping our people here that are homeless. And that's the issue. Stop giving money to all these different countries that are helping people bringing illegal aliens back into the amnesty. That we're going to have to spend millions of dollars to give them cars, give them housing, everything when they come here. They're going to be requiring money. When we have our homelessness issue here, we have an $18 trillion deficit. Why we need the money for our people here. We need to stand up and stop this charade that Obama is doing. We need to call Boehner now to stop this funding for the illegal immigration. We have our homeless issue here. That's very important, okay? We have to take care of our people here. And I'm upset because we're seeing so many people on the streets right now. It hurts me a lot. And I need to see them getting help so bad. It really hurts me to see this happening. Now he's opened the door for more people coming in. Cubans. I mean, I understand that they have a human rights issue. We need to help our own. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. And with that, it is my honor and privilege to adjourn this summit. Thank you.